Hello, this card reading is for Melissa.
Hello, welcome. Can you all hear me? I can hear somebody. Okay, I can hear Melissa now. Karen still is muted. So you're early.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, you're early.
Yeah.
Karen's on time. Melissa's early. All right.
That's all right.
Okay. So my name is Carol, and I just want to make sure everybody knows that I record this. Is everybody in agreement with that?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Karen, did you say yes?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can now. I couldn't for a while. You were muted, but now you're good. Okay. You want to start now? Do you want to? Well, let's make some introductions. Melissa is from the group that I have on Facebook for the free card readings. This is Melissa. I'm Carol B.C. Hunkinen. And then that person over there is my sister, Karen.
Yes.
Nice to meet y'all.
And how do you know Melissa?
She joined the group that I created on Facebook for the free card readings.
Oh, so you really don't really know her?
Nope.
Like,
So it's perfect for a
nope.
card reading.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like when I know people because it feels like cheating because I kind of know what's going on in their life, so I feel like I apply it too much. So it's better when I don't know anything. So don't tell me anything when I'm reading. At the end, maybe you can tell us if it applied or anything if you want to. It's completely up to you. And I am going to mute my sister. So Karen, while we're doing this, I'm going to mute you because I think it makes it easier for us to hear. Because I don't know about you guys, but sometimes there's a drag.
A little bit.
Yeah, because we have somebody all the way, I'm on the West Coast, I'm in Washington State, and then Melissa's all the way in Florida. And then my sister Karen is all the way up from Wisconsin. So the signals are probably going. Okay, so we'll start this. I'm going to do a reading for Melissa. And what I do is I have choices for the card decks for you to choose. And I've never read from tarot cards, but I have kitchen tarot cards I bought years ago. And since I've been doing this on Zoom, I read them once. And I also have their cards for pampering. I read those once on Zoom too. The pampering ones, I got to tell you, it doesn't make for a very interesting reading. It just tells you what to do to pamper yourself. So I'm going to show you other cards that I have, and then you could choose which ones that you want me to read from. Hold on a second. So these are the pampering. This is the kitchen tarot cards. Here's some Red Bicycle, Tropicana, Blue Pan Am, and then these weird, strange cards. So it's up to you which deck you would like me to read from.
Let's go with the weird strange cards.
These?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that we? I can hardly hear you.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you did want these? Okay. And can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I don't hear you very good, but I am going to probably do most of the talking anyway until I wait for an answer if I ask you anything. I was
Okay.
checking to see, make sure there's no jokers. There's no jokers in here. And the front of the cards say Everett, Washington here is like a half an hour away from me. It's for the Port of Everett. I actually bought these cards in a thrift store, and I thought they were going to be more interesting than what they were. So I think the cover is different than the actual cards used to be. Somebody probably put these in there. I was thinking they were going to be old antique cards, but they were these brand new
Yeah.
Everett, Port of Everett cards. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask you to concentrate, and you don't need to tell me anything. It's better for you not to tell me anything about what you want me to read for you. Just concentrate on what you want to see answered for you in the cards, and I'm going to shuffle them. And when you feel like they've been shuffled enough, then tell me to stop.
Stop.
Okay. And do you want me to cut them?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to cut them. I cut them. And now what it's called, oh, my sister disappeared. Oh, she's coming back. Now what it's called is I'm going to make your bed. And the bed is the information that you're going to see come up that is the closest to do for you or what you have concerns with. And I have to make the bed, which sometimes is a little bit tricky. Sometimes it's easy. And what this tells us when I try to flip it over, it tells us how shaky or stable or how disturbed things might be in your immediate current life. So I'm going to try to make it as tight as possible so I can flip it over. Okay, that's called making a bed. That's your bed, and I'm going to flip it over so I could read it. Yeah. Shh. Crumbled a little bit. And this is interesting. In the heart of your bed, which is the closest to you, the most important thing involved for you, you have the highest denomination for the money or fortune. But also you have the highest card regarding trouble. So it seems like, without knowing anything about you, either you are concerned or very, very worried about your finances. It seems to be a serious concern. And the concern is on top. So it seems to be the biggest issue regarding your major finances. Also over here, this represents trouble. This represents death or dying or an end to something. And it seems that you have some strong love in your life. So the love doesn't seem to be an issue, but it seems like there is some major serious financial issues. And this card here, I'm not quite sure if it's representing something that's going to be ending or a death. There's no people identified here, which is kind of a nice, good thing. So it could just represent the end of something that's going to be in your very near future. This is like present right now. This in your very near future, something's ending or going to be sickness or death of something or someone, but there's no people showing. So then from this information that you have, it's not much, then I'd ask you if you want me to go further and put more cards out to get more of a reading.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm going to point to a corner and I'm going to wait, and then you tell me which corner you want me to start at. because there's a long delay. So take your time, and I'll try to do it slow.
That one.
That one? Okay. The one right above the 10 of spades?
Yes.
Okay. Oh. Well, now we have two people that came up near the death or dying or sickness area here. One looks like it's not a king, so I would say it's more of a younger person. Maybe not somebody your age, but younger. Seems to be someone causing trouble or a lot of trouble in your life. It seems that you probably have strong love for this person. And this person over here equally as well, a younger person, has something to do with the money, but you really care. So there's two younger men in your life for some reason. One is a bunch of trouble, and one is he either helps you financially, or he might be also the cause of. No, I don't see him related to trouble at all, but I do see this ending card. It could either be an ending of something or a death or sickness card. And there's two distinctly different younger men involved. One's trouble. One seems to have money or seems to be fine, and you love him very much. The other one you also love. There's not cards that could be identical, but pretty much damn equally, but he is a trouble. And of course, if he's trouble, it would knock off one heart, wouldn't it? But anyway, so over here with your trouble, we have this sickness card too, and it's all sevens. It's almost equating each other out and making me concentrate more on these two young men. Which, of course, I know nothing about you. I don't even know if you have any young men in your life, but that's what it looks like when I'm reading this. Do you want me to go out any further and see if these cards mean any more?
Ma'am, if you don't mind.
What'd you say?
Yes, ma'am, if you don't mind.
Okay. All right. No, I don't mind. And I'll point, and you tell me when you want me to stop.
There.
Right here at the 7 of clubs?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, I'm coming up here to this young man that doesn't seem to be the problem. And again, it's money. He seems to be someone that you very much care about, but he doesn't seem to have money issue problems. This death or dying or sickness thing here is some trouble. This is trouble card. This is trouble in your life. And it could be related to this guy that's causing the trouble. Maybe he's sick or he's causing trouble and you need it to end, but it's definitely hurting the love part of your life. This gentleman here. And this one here, where I'm not really getting any feel for it meaning much of anything since it's so equal. But we have the money card, a very strong money card popping up. And 7s are lucky and 3s are lucky. You have 3 7s. Couldn't be any luckier than that. So it kind of makes me feel like you do not have financial issues. But this person over here, this younger man who is a very strong trouble card, could possibly be trying to cause you problems or causing problems for you where you're very stable financially, but this person is causing you a lot of problems. And it's obviously the heart of your situation because we have the highest money card and the highest trouble card. Would you like to go further?
Ma'am,
Okay. And I'm trying to squeeze these in a little bit more so we have a little bit more room. I'll just be able to go one more layer. And tell me when to stop.
There.
Right here by this trouble guy? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, the first, I'm put down this male who is older than a Jack. So it's either a person your age or older, maybe if it's not your husband or a significant other, maybe your father, or possibly the father of this young guy that's trouble. He seems to also be trouble, causing trouble to impact your fortune. Because where it seemed like you were pretty steady with your finances, going out just a little bit more, we have this guy related to this one that's also causing you trouble, completely interfering with your money. And of course, in doing so is also hurting the love part of your family. And I don't know if that the older gentleman might be sick or dying. We have a female over here. It seems like maybe a female has added to the major problem. Maybe there was a death in your family of a female. Things just seem to be very, very uneven over here with one young man and not seeming to be touched by this person that's causing major trouble, and possibly a female that either was sick, very sick, or dying or died. And then this guy over here seems to be related, but for some reason these two don't seem to be related, or they're divorced. An older couple. And that's, you know, I still see there's a little bit of love still connecting you with this younger man that seems to be trouble or a problem or causing you heartache of some kind. But definitely where you think things are stable with your finances, there's an older gentleman that's kind of impeding something. And he might be sick or dying. Because we have not only the 7 that we started out with, but then we got an 8 that's trying to say that I was not stressing this so much, but it's a little more serious than what I initially thought. So that's the reading I have for you, and I won't go any further because I don't really have much room, but I don't usually go out too much further anyway because it starts getting a little bit freaky after a while. But I'll save this and you can keep it, or you can refer to it later. Did anything relate to anything, or is it just a bunch of hogwash and ridiculous?
No. So you was dead on about financial situation.
Wow.
And the two younger men, I have 2 boys. And
Wow.
the oldest boy is in trouble with the law, in court proceedings as we speak.
Wow.
And then possibly the younger one out of the 2 men would be my younger son, who actually isn't in trouble. A little bit off, if that would be speaking of him with his financial situation at the moment. But everything else with the 2 boys was pretty accurate for me. The older gentleman would definitely be their father, which has caused me a lot of pain, heartache, financial stress over the years.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now the other one that, wow. And you know, I'm always more amazed than I think the people I read for, because it shocks me to death when I find out that things actually mean something. And So this
Oh yeah,
this person,
definitely.
the person that came up as female, possibly very sick or dying, did anyone die, or do you think they're sick and they might possibly be dying soon?
Not that I can think of, unless it would be my granny. Yeah, unless it would be my granny. But she's not in the same state as us anymore, so she's not necessarily right close with us. But that
Right.
would probably be my first guess as the older woman. But of course,
Okay.
that would have been a marriage or divorce,
Yeah,
from my
and
ex-husband.
this is more going into the future, so it wouldn't be something from the past unless her death is causing some of the problem. But yeah, so that's very interesting. It's really kind of interesting because I don't stack the cards. As you can see, I shuffle them and stop when you tell me to, and I even have you tell me when you want me to start putting the cards out. So it's very interesting.
Right. I know when you was making my bed, right, when you was making the bed and you was talking about if it would stay tight or, get loose, I was like, might as well fly off the table. Like, I already,
Ah! I was trying really hard to keep it stuck together, but it did crumble a bit. You were waiting for them to just fly up in the air, huh?
I already knew.
You already knew.
Yes.
Wow. Well, I will end here, and then I will go ahead and
Thank you.
later tonight I'll edit the icky stuff out and try to make it as clean as possible and put it together so you can view it again. Would you like it viewable for anybody to see, or would you rather have it so it's unlisted? I'll put it on YouTube, but unlisted if you rather have it private.
Put it out there publicly.
Okay, I will go ahead and do that now.
Because you were so on.
Oh, funny. Thank you. Well, thank you. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with myself. Well, thank you, and you have a good evening, and I'll get that out probably late tonight.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
All
Have a
right.
great one.
All right, cool. Well, I'm going to say goodbye to you because I can't hear you very well. Hopefully the video doesn't sound as bad as it is, but we'll try to see what it sounds like tonight. Well, thank you. You have a great day.
Okay. Bye.
Good night. Bye-bye.
You too.
That was an interesting reading. Thank you everyone for watching, and if you would like your reading, please join our group.